What happens when royalty walks into a studio expecting soft questions and walks out scorched? Morning television has seen awkward silences and walkouts before, but nothing like this. Prince Harry versus Lara Spencer. Pride, truth, and ego colliding live on Good Morning America. The air that morning buzzed with unease. Producers checked their cues twice, then once more. This wasn't a pop star selling an album or an actor hyping a film. Today's guest carried titles, scandals, and headlines in his wake. Prince Harry. The cameras swung left. Harry emerged in a charcoal suit, shirt collar open. No tie. His expression hovered between aloof and rehearsed. He waved once to the audience, then clasped Lara's hand with perfunctory politeness. "Good morning, Prince Harry," Lara said. "Morning. And please, just Harry. I've retired the whole Royal Highness thing." She chuckled lightly. "Fair enough. Just Harry. How's California treating you?" Harry smiled slowly. "Sunny, quiet. Better than cold palaces and colder shoulders." A ripple of laughter. Lara smiled, though her eyes stayed sharp. "Well, speaking of shoulders, let's talk legacy. You were born into one of the most famous families in history. Do you ever miss being part of that system?" "Miss it?" Harry shrugged. "No, I escaped it." "Escaped?" "Not strong enough a word," he said flatly. "People think it's golden etiquette. It's a machine that eats you alive." "And yet," Lara countered, "you've kept the title, the security, the spotlight. If it was so toxic, why not walk away completely?" Harry's jaw tightened. "I've walked far enough." "But not far enough to stop doing interviews." He leaned forward. "Would you rather I stay silent, or tell my story before the tabloids rewrite it for me?" "You want privacy," Lara pressed. "But you've made yourself one of the most public people alive." Harry smirked. "Maybe I'm just better at it than they expected." The words hit like a dropped weight. Lara pivoted quickly. "Let's talk about Diana. Many see echoes of her in you. Does that comparison sit well?" Harry's face hardened. "My mother isn't your narrative tool." "I didn't mean you all use her when it suits you. Let her rest." The studio froze. Lara inhaled, recovered. "Fair enough. Let's move to something current. Meghan, how is she?" "She's not here." "No, but she's part of the story." "This interview is about me. If you want her perspective, book her." Lara's tone cooled. "Since you're here, I'll ask you. Do you think criticism of Meghan is rooted in race, personality, or expectation?" Harry tilted his head. "Envy. She shines in ways the others never could." "That's a bold claim." "Truth usually is." "And you're sure it's truth, not projection?" Lara asked sweetly. Harry let out a cold laugh. "You journalists love that word. Projection. Hard, isn't it, staring at someone unafraid to speak?" "So," Lara pressed, "is reconciliation with your family possible?" Harry smirked. "Only if they beg for it." The silence was electric. Lara blinked once. "Do you actually expect that?" "I expect nothing," Harry said evenly. "Not from people who gave me nothing." Lara's tone softened, but the edge in her words cut deeper than before. "Harry, do you ever worry that by defining your life against your family, you're still letting them define you?" His face darkened. "No, I'm writing my own story." "But is it a story the world still wants to read?" she pressed. Harry leaned forward, eyes narrowing. "They'll read it. They'll buy it. They already have." The arrogance hung heavy. Lara drew a slow breath, then delivered the blow. "Maybe it's time to stop pretending you're the royal rebel and admit you're just a very famous, very rich man with a grudge." The line landed like a punch. Harry blinked, caught off guard. "I think we're done here," he said tightly. "You sure?" Lara asked evenly. "We haven't even reached the part where I ask if you still consider yourself a prince." Harry rose. His voice dropped. "No, not a prince. And not your puppet." He strode off. The studio froze. Lara turned smoothly to the camera. "We'll be right back after the break." But everyone watching knew The break wasn't just commercial. It was royal, and it had detonated live on national television. The lights dimmed as the broadcast cut away. Crew scrambled, reframing shots, whispering directions. Lara sat alone at the desk, sipping from her mug, her expression unreadable. The audience shifted uneasily. Was it over? Or just beginning? Then the side door banged open. Harry re-entered. His jacket was gone, shirt sleeves rolled high, jaw set like stone. He didn't look like a guest returning. He looked like a fighter entering the ring. Lara didn't stand. She didn't smile. Changed your mind? Harry dropped into the chair with a thud, eyes locked on hers. I'm not letting you twist my words. I don't twist, Lara said calmly. I clarify. Is that what you call it? Harry scoffed. She set down her mug. Let's be clear, Harry. You weren't ambushed. You weren't tricked. You signed up for an interview, not a love letter. And you think this is accountability? He shot back. Or is this your crusade to be the first journalist who exposes the bad royal? I think someone needed to ask the questions everyone else is afraid to, Lara replied. He laughed bitterly. The tabloids haven't done enough damage already. Maybe I should thank you for insulting me to my face instead of hiding behind headlines. Insulted? Lara's eyes flashed. You've called your family toxic, accused them of racism, published private arguments, and now you're outraged people ask if you've gone too far? I didn't name names, Harry snapped, because I still have more dignity than they ever showed me. Or, Lara cut in, her voice like ice. You left it vague. Just enough drama to sell books, not enough detail to get sued. Harry's fists clenched. You don't know what we lived through. My wife was pushed to the brink of suicide while you all sipped coffee in your studios. Lara's eyes flickered, but her tone stayed even. And I take that seriously. But public accusations without proof cause damage too. She lived it. Harry growled. We both did. And so did the people you accused. Lara shot back, without ever giving them the chance to respond. Silence pressed in. Then Harry muttered low and bitter. They had decades of controlling the story. Now it's our turn. Lara folded her hands neatly. And how is that different? You say you escaped a palace of manipulation, then build your own in California and rent it out to Netflix. Harry let out a sharp laugh. Nice metaphor. Did your producers script that for you? No, Lara replied coolly. That one came from watching this interview collapse in real time. The audience stirred, sensing blood. Harry slumped back, exasperated. This was supposed to be a conversation, not a trial. Then stop acting like a defendant, Lara fired back, and start acting like a man who owns his choices. The game had shifted. Neither was pulling punches anymore. Harry spread his arms wide. All right, ask your next question. Let's see how low you'll go. Lara didn't hesitate. Are you still in contact with your family? No. Do you believe they'll ever forgive you? Harry smirked. They'll need me before I ever need them. Do you see yourself ever returning to the UK, officially or even ceremonially? Harry rolled his eyes. Why would I? So they can trot me out like a zoo exhibit whenever they need good press. Lara's voice was calm, almost flat. So to be clear, you've cut ties with the monarchy entirely? Harry hesitated, then smirked. Let's just say I've evolved beyond it. Something in Lara sharpened. She leaned in. Harry, you're not royalty anymore. You're a celebrity. You're on morning shows, podcasts, streaming deals. You don't carry the weight of tradition. You carry a Netflix contract. His mouth tightened. That's none of your business. It became our business the moment you turned your trauma into a product. His eyes narrowed. You have no idea what you're talking about. Don't I? She pressed. Because here's what I see. A man desperate to be seen as a victim, while living like a king. A man who cut the strings of duty, but still calls himself Duke when it suits him. Harry's voice rose. That title was given to me by the Queen, my grandmother. And would she be proud of how you've used it? Lara snapped. Harry froze, visibly stung. Lara pressed harder. You've dodged every question about her. But let's be honest, she adored you. And in her final years, you repaid that love by turning family pain into spectacle. Not in service, not in silence, in spectacle. She wanted me to be happy. Harry shot back. She wanted you to be honorable. Lara retorted. And somewhere along the way, you started confusing attention with purpose. Harry surged to his feet, fists trembling. You know what? I don't need this. Lara didn't move. Then why come back? He didn't answer. Because you thought you could control the narrative, she said coldly. But this time the questions weren't scripted. And the spotlight didn't flatter. Harry jabbed a finger at her. You're not a journalist. You're a glorified gossip host hiding behind a script. And you, Lara said quietly, are just another angry man who lost control of his own story. That cracked something in him. Harry ripped the mic from his collar and slammed it on the desk with a thud. You'll regret this, he hissed. No, Lara replied. I'll remember it, he stormed out. No applause this time. Just silence. The camera lingered on Lara's face, unreadable, resolute. We'll be right back, she said smoothly as the screen cut to black. In the control room, panic. Producers whispering, stagehands frozen. Audience members glanced toward the exits, unsure if they were still watching Good Morning America or history unraveling live. From backstage came the muffled sound of Harry's voice, sharp with fury. She ambushed me. That was not the agreement. She's twisting everything. Sir, it's live television, a handler muttered. I don't care, Harry barked. If she thinks she gets the last word, she's wrong. Heavy footsteps. The door slammed open. For the third time, Harry stormed back on set. Jacket gone, sleeves rolled, jaw tight. The audience didn't move. No applause, no gasp. Just silence. Lara glanced up, unflinching. You came back. Harry stood beside his chair, voice low and furious. I'm not letting you rewrite who I am. Funny, Lara said coolly. That's exactly what I was about to say to you. He dropped into the chair. No smile, no posture. Just rage radiating like heat off concrete. Lara broke the silence. Why are you here, Harry? He blinked. Excuse me? Why are you really here? To promote a cause? A show? Or just to punish everyone who never treated you like the main character of the monarchy? The words sliced like razors. I came here to talk about my work, Harry snapped. About Invictus. About mental health. Causes that matter. And yet, Lara replied evenly, 90% of this interview has been you defending yourself, not your work. Because you made it personal, he shot back. No, Lara said, her voice like steel. You did, when you turned every appearance into a therapy session, when you turned grief into branding, trauma into marketing. Trauma into marketing, Harry's voice wavered. You don't know what I've lost. I do, Lara said, her tone soft but cutting. You lost your mother. And ever since, you've spent your life punishing the world for it. His mouth parted in shock. She pressed on. You blame the press, the family, the institution, but never yourself. Never once do you ask what part of this chaos you chose. I chose survival, he snapped, eyes burning. You chose entitlement. Harry shot to his feet, face flushed. You don't get to speak to me like that. I just did. He scanned the studio, chest heaving. This whole thing is a setup. You don't want truth. You want spectacle. Lara folded her hands calmly. No, Harry, we want honesty. Not theatrics. Not curated pain. Not this endless pageant of exile dressed up as nobility. You have no right, he hissed, to judge me. And yet, you've judged the world for 4 years straight. She shot back. Every memoir, every interview, every Netflix special. You throw stones from glass castles, then cry when someone throws one back. His fists shook. You sound just like them. My father, my brother. Cold, calculated, obsessed with image. Or maybe, Lara said evenly, I just know what accountability looks like. Silence. Then she asked, Tell me, Harry, since your grandmother passed, have you even once picked up the phone to call your father? His lips tightened. Have you spoken to William? Or do you still cling to the story about the dog bowl? Don't mock me, he barked. I'm not mocking, Lara replied. I'm asking where healing ends and revenge begins. He slammed his hand on the armrest. You think this is revenge? You think I wanted this life? No, Lara said flatly. I think you wanted power without responsibility. And when you couldn't have it inside the palace, you built yourself a throne in Montecito. Harry stood tall, breath ragged. You're disgusting, and you're unraveling. I came here in good faith, he shouted. You came here to control the narrative, Lara snapped. And when that failed, you played your favorite role. The victim. He leaned across the desk, his face inches from hers. You think I'm weak? I think, she said quietly. You're terrified of being ordinary. The silence was suffocating. Harry's jaw locked, crimson rising in his cheeks. He ripped the mic from his collar and slammed it onto the desk. You'll regret this, he whispered. No, Lara said coolly. But you might. He stormed out the third exit. The air was so tight the audience didn't breathe. Producers whispered frantically in the control room. Then, slam! The door burst open again. Harry reappeared, no longer polished, sleeves shoved up, hair mussed, eyes burning with something feral. He stalked to the desk, ignoring the audience. You think this is funny? He spat. No! Lara said, steady as stone. I think it's sad. Sad? His laugh was bitter. You've twisted every word, mocked everything I said. And now what? You'll parade around like you exposed a monster? She leaned back. No, Harry, you exposed yourself. The audience winced. He trembled, nearly shaking the desk. You think you're above me because you sit here playing American media royalty. Lara's eyes didn't flinch. No, but I know the difference between a man who wants peace and a man who wants applause. Harry growled. You don't understand what I sacrificed, what I gave up to protect my family. Then why are you still cashing in on the title? Lara shot back. Why wear the crown in your wallet when you claim you dropped it in your heart? Harry stepped closer, jaw set. You want to humiliate me? Is that it? I don't need to, Lara said coolly. You've done that yourself. His lip curled. You think I need the royal family? No, Lara replied. You need their shadow. Without it, you're just another celebrity with a Netflix deal and a microphone. The room crackled with tension. You're cruel, Harry muttered. You're careless, Lara returned. You're jealous. He sneered. Lara actually laughed. Of what? Your instability? Your unraveling in public? Or your belief that the world owes you for being born in a castle? Harry's voice dropped to a hiss. You don't know what it's like, losing your mother to this circus and being told to smile through it. Her eyes hardened. Don't you dare use your mother as a shield from accountability. You're not 12 anymore, Harry. You're a grown man making choices and blaming everyone else when they backfire. His finger shot up. You've crossed a line. And you, Lara said evenly, crossed it when you turned your family into content. A collective gasp rippled through the audience. Harry looked like he'd been struck. I came here to talk about projects that matter, he tried. No, Lara cut in. You came here expecting a red carpet. But I'm not palace staff, and this isn't your PR tour. This is journalism, and I've had enough. Harry staggered back a step. You can't speak to me like that. Lara rose from her chair, calm, controlled, immovable. I just did, and now I'm asking you live on air. Please leave. Silence. Even the cameras seemed to hold their breath. "You're kicking me off?" Harry asked, stunned. "I'm ending the performance," Lara replied. "This studio is not your therapy stage." Harry growled, ripped at his backup mic so hard the clip snapped, then slammed it onto the desk, cracking the plastic. "You'll regret this," he whispered. Lara turned to the camera, eyes unflinching. "I already don't," Harry stormed off, for the last time. The studio remained frozen. Lara smoothed her blazer, exhaled, and faced the nation. That was Prince Harry. He asked for an honest conversation. We gave him one. What you just saw wasn't bullying. It wasn't cruelty. It was accountability. And when faced with it, he ran. She paused. "Some people think royal blood makes you untouchable. But on this stage, only character earns protection." Hands folded, she breathed steady. "We'll be right back." The screen faded to black, and just like that, Prince Harry became the first royal in television history ever asked to leave a live morning show. It wasn't about titles anymore. It wasn't about trauma. It wasn't even about truth. It was about ego. And America had just watched it collapse in real time.